Well, we're building an empire, that's for sure. And I'm not building anything. Rob Keefe is building an empire because he's the head coach. And he joins us here on Big Board Sports, the season opener, April the 14th, right around the corner against the defending champion, Philadelphia Soul. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. Thanks for having us on. Now, look, we're building this together.
Yes,
we're building an empire together.
We're helping, right?
Yes,
we're helping. And we are going to give away a couple of pairs of tickets to the first game on April 14th. So stay tuned for that. We'll do that here in the next 10 minutes during our segment. Where are you at right now? Where do we stand right now? The rumor mill is running rampant.
Sure.
Set us straight. Where are we at?
So what we'll do tomorrow officially, we'll have all the players sign contracts that we know that we're going to come into camp. So we started with about 500 guys. And it's a recruiting process, so it's not a drafting process. So we have to literally, from the NFL to major college to guys locally in the area, you literally are pitching the entire time for 6 months to prepare for this season. Well, why we haven't signed a player yet, which a lot of people are asking, is because ownership and the players' union is working out the deal of the stipulations of what is going to be in this contract.
So it's a collective bargaining agreement.
They call it a CBA, collective bargaining agreement. So how much do the players get paid? How long is the practice time? What's the travel expenses? Is there a certain amount of food that's allotted? And you get all that stuff squared away, and they meet in the middle, and then Friday we're rocking and rolling. So there is a sense of urgency behind it, but we're ready to go. I mean, coaches, literally they're like hunkered down in my apartment right now. We got the big screen TVs on. We're doing the playbooks. We're watching film. I'm excited.
So that CBA not signed yet?
It'll be signed very, very shortly.
And that's why we keep hearing through other avenues that tomorrow is a big day.
Sure, tomorrow's a huge day, absolutely. And so basically what Albany Empire is seeing for the first time, it just so happens that it's happening this year. And so what they'll do is they'll sign a 3 to 5 year deal, much like other sports franchises or leagues. And then for 5 years, that's the locked in, guaranteed, this is what it is, and then we build and build and build. Professional sports, man, that's how you do it.
Yeah, so there's no chance that this wouldn't happen.
Absolutely not. No chance.
In your mind, you're proceeding.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And we're good to go.
This is just part of the deal, man. This is part of professional sports. And I've been doing it for a long time. And I was a player too. So, as a player and as a coach, and when you've done this for 14 years, it's just every 3 or 4 years.
You're taking it to the wire.
That's what you do. And you take it to the wire and you get it to a certain situation. And so, you said it best. April 14th, TU Center, rocking and rolling, sellout crowd. Yeah. It's going to be a great time against the defending champs, no less.
After we get the whole thing signed tomorrow and then the green light is to go, then when do you bring players in? When does practice start? Give us an idea of what you're doing there.
Absolutely. So what we've done is, all the coaches in this league, we've got together, right? So this is a quick process. And so normally it's, hey, you sign a player in October and then you have a certain amount of time. Well, all we're doing is we're just pushing that contract through tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So the players already know the report. They already know what to bring. They've already been in contact with us. Okay. All the formalities are situated. But, that's what I love about recruiting. So we're selling Albany. You have to know what airport you're flying into. You got to know exactly when to be here. And that starts Thursday. So all the players will arrive on Thursday. The next day, and I love it, too. I'm like, every minute is accounted for until July 28th, which is the championship game. So if you tell me, if you pick a day on the calendar, I probably can tell you what day of the month, the week it is. With that said, physicals, playbook, equipment issue. There's a meet and greet at Whole Foods, which we're really excited about. That's going to be awesome on Saturday, where the season ticket holders get to come down. They get to meet us. That's March 24th. We'll have a big welcome dinner around town with one of our sponsors once that's solidified. Sunday, we get rocking and rolling in the team meetings. We kind of tell the guys exactly how the week are going to go, but it's like every minute is accounted for, from watching film to walkthroughs, and then Monday, the 26th, we're rocking and rolling and we're on the field.
All right, I have a couple of questions you're either already tired of hearing or you will soon get really tired of hearing. Who's the quarterback?
Yes.
Or who do you want to be the quarterback?
Right.
And do you anticipate any local guys making the team?
Okay, so how about this? We'll start with the quarterback. So long story short, so we're in a recruiting battle. That's really what it is. So there's 3 quarterbacks in this league that have done great things on a high level for the last 7 years. So if you take 3 quarterbacks, they've had the MVP trophies and the Offensive Player of the Years divided up between the 3 of them, probably for the last 10 years, which is really cool. But then there's probably about 3 or 4 guys that will eventually be those guys. So all 3 of those guys are in the 34 range. So they're kind of on the tail end. So we're kind of debating of which way we want to go. So put it to you this way: in respect to all the quarterbacks, we are very prepared to go in either direction depending on what we feel is necessary.
So it's a decision of, are you winning tomorrow, or do you want a guy who's going to...
And so we talk about building an empire, like, hey, do you want... But those guys who are that 24, 25 range, I mean, those guys I really do believe, like with the coaching staff that we have assembled, with the team that's going to be around them, I think this is going to be a really special situation.
So do they make a decision on you, or are you making a decision on them?
A little bit of both. Yeah. So, like, when you're interviewing me now, but I'm actually interviewing you. You don't realize that. We're going back and forth, right? So that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
And so, and that same thing, and players, and this is what I love, and this is why I think Albany's going to be a very special place, that you have a lot of big cities that are involved in the Arena Football League, and next year there'll be a lot more. And we are very special, and we're in a unique situation. We are the capital of a very, very powerful, awesome state. We do not have any other professional sports team that really gets to vie with us. Philadelphia is, the Flyers, the 76ers, obviously the Eagles, Super Bowl champion. There's Phillies. There's a lot of stuff going on. So you want to be the big fish in the small pond, or the small fish in a big pond. And so you couple that with the personal relationships that you get to meet, the opportunity in the off season to stay in the community and have a career and have a life and get to train and get to literally live your life. But we are in a situation where, with our ownership group, we have everything at our disposal. We're going to eat great. We're going to live great. We have great practice facilities, easy transportation, literally a great environment to be a top dog. And so that's what the players do. And so it's almost like, why would you choose Syracuse over UConn? What do they present? And they kind of weigh their options. We have a recruiting packet, that they understand. We talk to them, text message. The recruiting battle is awesome. And so we talk to them at 2 in the morning. If they want to talk to us, we pick up that phone. If I could, I'd be knocking, standing outside their door, like knocking on their window or something, like let me in so I can talk to the wife, and you talk to mom and dad, you talk to the agent a lot. It's really, really cool. So that's really what it all boils down to. And, hopefully they make the choice with us, and we go from there.
And the local guys, there will be some invited to camp, right? You have to cut down from 45 to 24?
We did, and so we actually had an open workout about 2.5 months ago, which was an awesome experience. So there's about 300 people that showed up, and we whittled that 300 down to about 40. And the goal is, right, I'm very impartial as a coach. You got to put the best players on the field. That is 100% the goal. But if I can cross my fingers and say, I really do hope that there's someone locally here that is just a stud that the players can relate to, the fans can relate to, the media knows from his high school days. Yeah. And we're hoping that's going to be Jordan Kanzeri and Wade Hansen, 2 guys that have done an excellent job in the workouts. They've talked to us, and they've played at a high level. So Wade, obviously, at Virginia Tech, and Jordan in Iowa. And we're going to teach them the game the best way we know how, and we'll see where the chips fall.
Have they both looked good to you?
Yeah, they really have. Wade himself has transformed his body. Jordan has literally... See, Jordan is a unique situation. So Jordan is a true running back, but he's versatile, like if you take it to the Patriots, where Danny Amendola or Rex Burkhead and Deion Lewis, that's a great example, right? And so it kind of causes matchup problems where you think he's a running back, but then he flexes out and he actually can be a receiver. Well, there's 70 passes a game in the Arena Football League, so Jordan is learning how to play wide receiver, and he's very open about this, but he's been working his butt off, and I really do hope that it pans out for him.
Let's give away some tickets.
Let's do it. I can talk all day with this stuff,
Throw your so the way it works, we'll take caller number X and X, and if you get through at 476-1045, you're a winner. We got our producer Brian Mariano manning the phones over there. So between our show this morning and Levac and Guys, you'll be on their show as well this afternoon over the course of the next couple of weeks, or next month, actually. We're going to be giving away a good chunk of tickets for you fans to go and watch the Albany Empire play in the first game on the 14th. So pick a couple numbers out, Coach.
7.
7's 1.
24.
Whoa. Wow.
Get it going. Get it going.
Yeah.
Get it going.
Baby.
Get it going.
You're not getting off easy with Coach here. You know that.
7
He'll make
24.
you work a little bit.
All right.
There it
7
is.
and 24 will win tickets to see the Albany Empire in the first game, April 14th, against the defending champion, Philadelphia Soul. Good stuff. Now, let's get to the coach's show.
Let's do it.
You can listen to, first of all, get this out there. You can listen to all games on our sister station, which is 104.57, Rewind, 105.7, sorry, Rewind 105.7. And the weekly coaches show will air every Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, right here on 104.5, The Team.
Absolutely, and if you want to see it live, because it's re-aired, right? If you want to see it live, we're going to do these every Thursday night at a different recovery room around town, which we're really excited. It'll be myself and AJ Cannell, really excited for that. that energy in the room. And it's so this one, the first one's going to be March 22nd, which is next Thursday. That's actually the day that the players arrive, which is really cool. So hopefully some of them can be there with us.
You'll be in East Greenbush
that
day?
We'll be in East Greenbush, which is going to be awesome. And look, and the dancers come out with us. They travel with us. Fans, please come out, introduce yourselves, and then it'll be myself talking about the game that we just won, and then a player talks about where he's from. You get to know him, and then we'll talk about the game that we're about to win, and we put it all together, and what a great show.
And the play-by-play crew will be A.J. Cannell. And if you're a Siena men's basketball fan, you know that A.J. does their games, does a good job. And then Brian Mariano, who was my partner this year for Albany football and basketball, will handle the color end of the analysis.
Great stuff.
You got a great team there. And again, Rewind 105.7 is where you're going to be able to catch all the games, both home and away.
Yes, sir. Home and away, which is awesome.
And how many games? Six.
Yeah, so we'll have so it'll be 12. We're going to say 15 because we're taking it all the way to the championship game.
All right,
yeah.
Through the title
let's say
game.
15, baby.
Like what you're thinking there, Coach.
Yes.
That is cool. And again, the weekly coaches show every Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, right here on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio. Should be an awful lot of fun. Now, back on the quarterback. I'm hung up on the quarterback.
Sure.
So, where are these? Who are the names? You have. I mean, where are they coming from?
Yep. So you're going to have this. So
you're down to who you want right now.
Absolutely. So
right now you know who is it?
So this all starts like this. So it all starts with I love how you're trying to do that. I love you, Raj. Been doing this for a while, Roger. I love you. So let's say we start off
with live local late breaking around here.
With 1,000 people, right? So you have a 1,000 players. You'll have a third of them that have recently been released in the NFL. You'll have a third of them that have played AF in the Arena Football League, so veterans, whether it's a 2-year vet all the way to a 10-year vet, whatever it might be. And then you'll have guys that are fresh out of college. And it could be a big college, it could be small college, and that's what's going to be a cool thing when you get to really know these guys. And he played for the Packers, and he also went to the University of Texas, but he's also from Nebraska, and you kind of put all that stuff together, and here he finds his way in Albany, and he gets to meet all the fans, and that's really the connection that we want to start. And that's why we're going to these recovery rooms, and we're going out, and we're going to meet as many people as we possibly can to. It's not about what the back of the jersey says. It's about what the front of the jersey says. And we're building an empire. But with that said, you put all these guys in a pot, and then who knows who's going to come out. Yeah. So if it's Jordan or it's Wade or if it's a guy that literally just played for the Giants last year or a guy that played, for a championship team and for University of Oklahoma or whoever it might be, Ohio State, it's pretty cool.
Well, Jordan LeMaestro, who used to work right here with us at 104.5 The Team ESPN Radio, is now one of your marketing guys, media relations guys. Where do we stand with season tickets? How many we sold? I mean, you're rolling pretty good for a while, right?
We are rolling pretty good. I think
it was like 13, 14, 1,500 in that range.
Yep. And so we're climbing every single day. And look, what I expect I expect to sell out the first game. That's what we really expect. I mean, it's 14,000 standing room only for everything look, this is a whole nother level. And I know that people are going to see it after the first game. They'll see the difference of what they've never seen in the Times Union Center, whether it be from the in-game entertainment, pyro, crazy kind of stuff going on, the Jumbotron screaming, I mean, the DJ's pumping everybody up, dance teams running around, T-shirt cannons are popping things off in the air, to the field where it's, scores of 70 to 60. And now look, it's not 100 yards long, it's 50 yards long, it's not 53 yards wide, it's 28 yards wide. I mean, literally the front row person is staring at a person in the front row in the eyes on the other side, but in between you is just chaos. And it's these big 6'7", guys who run 4.4s, and everybody's crashing into these boards. I mean, it's professional football at the highest level, and I'm excited to see it.
Coach, I've had people say to me, I don't know, I'm having a hard time getting really fired up. There's only 4 teams in the league, and
sure,
it may grow next year. And I'm trying to put a positive spin on it this way. I'm thinking about it this way. By playing 3 teams 4 different times, we're talking about a 12-game regular season.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's just going to be evenly split. You have the potential here to develop real rivalries that may exist 3, 4, 5 years down the road when Cleveland comes back in, when the league may expand even beyond what it is now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so that's really what we wanted to do. And I think that's the way that it should have done a while ago. And I think there now, as an ownership group in the league, has gotten it right, where you develop rivalries first and you build from within, and let's not get too big. And so there are teams right now in Florida and California and Texas and Chicago that want to be in, but say, hey, you're the only one that's going to be flying the way you are, so your operating expenses are going to be a little bit different. Let's build this thing up a little bit. And look, it's all about partnership, right? It's all about ownership. I mean, Ted Leonsis is an innovator in this league, and for those who don't know, he founded AOL.com. He owns the Washington Capitals, the Washington Wizards, the Washington Mystics. There's going to be some pretty cool creative things They're going to happen when it comes to technology, some things that, I'm not the biggest app guy, but some of the things that I've been hearing, this is going to be on the forefront of sports, and we get to be in that business. And so next year you'll probably see, exactly right, you'll probably see 4 new teams. Now they're going to be close, and then you'll start seeing the Nashvilles and the Charlottes and Atlantas, and then you'll start seeing the Floridas, and that's really the way it's going to be. There's a lot of talent out there, too. That's the biggest thing. I always say there's 360 million people in America. There's only 2,000 people that play in the NFL in a given year. There's a lot of guys on, AAA baseball, AA baseball. You can play soccer and basketball all over the world. Football, that's not that opportunity. If you're not in Canada or the NFL and the AFL, you're not playing. So there's a lot of talent out there, and we're going to harness that and build this league the right way.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Look forward to the next step. We appreciate a few minutes here in studio.
Absolutely. Thanks so much.
Rob Keefe with us here on Big Board Sports.